Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the elective nation of Israel. This is your brother Ayash Gabar from the GMS Virginia camp, coming at you with another lesson that I pray that you find edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 14. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The prophets have been out there on the highways and byways, week in, week out, hot days, cold days, warm days, windy days, blowing the trumpets to warn Yasharallah that the evil days are drawing nigh. To warn you people of the upcoming calamities that are soon to befall Babylon the Great, and that the doors of mercy are closing every day. How much is it closing? We don't know, but we warn you that the doors of mercy is closing. And as we're out there on the highways and byways, warning you, putting up these epistles, watching for what's coming down the pipe, none of you jakes are going to the battle. None of you jakes are preparing yourself for the wartime event. I mean, quite honestly, we've always been at war with these other heathen nations, but a lot of you jakes, or most of you jakes, or 2/3 of you jakes, haven't been preparing yourself for the battle that's about to happen. And that's that spiritual battle that you must go through. We wrestle with principalities, spiritual darkness in high places. You jakes haven't been preparing yourself for how this devil has been constantly preparing for your downfall, for your servitude yet again. So none of you jakes are going to that battle. None of you jakes are seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to understand that. Let me keep reading. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. A lot of you jakes aren't preparing yourself for the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that's upon the earth. Judgments is going out. Prophecies are going forth. Spirits are being created for vengeance. Here it is, 2025. And on D1, judgments have been going out at a level to give warning of just how bad it's going to get. And that's the beauty of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's mercy, is that he'll give you an example of what's to come before it actually comes. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai says, as a matter of fact, let me get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to butcher it. Salakia to his servants, the prophets. Salakia. Let me see. Let me see if I got it. Let me see. Let me see. I might have to look in a blue letter. But Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai isn't doing anything that he hasn't warned his prophets about. His servants. the prophets. Salakia. He revealeth all. Let me see if the blue letter can. Okay, Khan, let me jump back into the KJV. Salak. Salak, yeah. Let me jump into the NLT Salak. Khan, the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 7. Indeed, the sovereign Lord, in other words, indeed, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets. You know, and that's out of the NLT. The KJV, so let me go back into the book of Amos 3 and 7. Yeah, Colin, you know, it says the same thing in the KJV, but, you know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai always gives you an example of something that's going to come to pass, you know, and when it does come to pass, it's, you know, it's going to happen at a greater level than what the example was given. You know, the scriptures state that, you know, there shall be famines and pestilences, you know. And what does the Lord do? He gives you an example of a small famine, or the example of things going off the shelves to let you know that very soon that things are going to get so bad that there will be nothing on the shelves. He gives you an example of, you know, wars by showing you mocked up, well, not mocked up wars, but what's the word? Small skirmishes going throughout the earth. You know, he'll give you an example of bad weather by giving you a thunderstorm or floods, or, you know, in this case, and in this time, you know, a major snowstorm that's sweeping from the west over to the east. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is constantly warning you before time the things that are coming, you know, but a lot of people aren't preparing themselves for the things that are coming. And in that, they're just going to be caught unawares. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The multitude of the people aren't prepared for the wrath that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to bring upon the earth, because it's going to get that bad. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. And that's what's at hand at this point. The sword, the famine, and he that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua warned you of the famines that are coming a long time ago, and has constantly been giving you examples of famines, you know, because very soon there's about to be another lockdown. He gave you an example of a lockdown 2 years ago with, you know, the C-19 on, you know, how this devil locked things down. Well, this next lockdown is going to be worse than the first. So the Lord revealed these things unto his servants, the prophets, and the prophets have actually gone out there on the highways and byways and shown you and warned you of these things that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua informed us about. And even in that, you know, you Jake still haven't repented. You know, you actually thought that you can get through these things by your own carnal means. Oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Let me prep. Let me go out there and get everything that I need so that, you know, when these things happen again, I'm prepared. You know, and there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit extra this or a little bit extra that, but don't fill your barn houses with stores that you're not even going to be able to utilize. You know what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is you're getting it ready for somebody else. You know, don't don't be that guy. You know, but you know, that's just how Jake moves. Jake moves in the flesh. Oh shit, you know, another storm's coming, so let me go and get 20 gallons of milk, 18 rolls of tissue, and shit, you know, 20 bars of soap. Actually, Jake just buys unnecessary shit. You know? But if you prepare yourself in the spirit and have the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai about you, you know, it ain't gonna matter what happened, because you should already know that a man's going is of the Lord. You know, you just let the Lord do his thing. You know, and all of that's a big part of preparing yourself for that battle, is that understanding that you have no control over what's coming. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour. And these pestilence are constantly increasing. You know, the Lord gave you an example of that even 2 years ago or 4 years ago. You know, it actually feels like 2 years ago, because the time is actually speeding up for the elect's sake. But nonetheless, Yahweh Shem Yahushai has given you an example of a pestilence. He's giving you an example of being locked down. He's giving you an example of the sickness. He's giving you an example of the famine. He's giving you an example of wars. He's shown you examples of civil unrest. He's shown you all these things. But who's preparing themselves? Because the prophecies are happening, whether you believe that they're happening or not. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 16. But they that escaped of them shall escape. And again, the only way that you're going to escape to these things is if Yahweh Shem Yahushai has a hedge about you. The only way you're going to escape these things is if you're the elect. Only the elect is going to escape these calamities. You know? But the rest of the nation of Israel is going to have to deal with this. That's why it's a very scary thing to fall into the hands of the living power. You know, I would rather fall into the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushai than to fall into the hands of man. Because at least Yahweh Shem Yahushai will have some mercy on you. But, you know, to fall into the hands of man, hey, bro, this devil loves to forward the affliction of Yasharallah. And there's nothing in him to actually will cause him to stop, because he's the Lord's sword. Deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. This man was created to be the whipping stick of Yasharallah. So with that in mind, a lot of Jakes is going to get their ass whipped, because they haven't been repentive, nor have they prepared themselves spiritually to understand that knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time. And what's that knowledge and wisdom? The knowledge of the scriptures, the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hearkening on to his words. A lot of men will witness the destruction of men, of Yasharallah. And it's going to get so bad out here that even the war-savvy men are going to be feeble in that day. You see, we're living in a time where men have gone to war, but not had war on a face-to-face level. The wars that Babylon the Great has had in recent times has been wars at a distance, where they'll send in missiles and drones and all of these things, you know what I'm saying, to fight the war for them while they're still in their living rooms with fucking joysticks and push buttons, or on ships and or on planes before they send the infantry men in. Those are the wars that have been fought in recent times. But the wars that is going to happen over here in Babylon the Great is going to be a face-to-face war. You know, it's going to be that type of war where it almost resembles World War One, where you were up on your enemy, like you actually had to deal with your enemy mano a mano, especially when you run out of bullets. And you know, that's another thing. A lot of Jakes think that, you know, they're able to get out of their situation by carnal means. And that is not the case. Because if Yahweh Hashem Yahushua isn't with you, you know, your carnal mindset is your demise. Because you have not sought Yahweh Hashem Yahushua before the evil days draw nigh. But the elect is going to escape these things. Going back to Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 16. But they that escaped of them escape, and that's the elect. And shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. So, you know, there's a lot of people that's gonna mourn for what's coming, you know, because they have not repented, because their iniquity is gonna be so great. Their iniquity is gonna be, well, shit, their iniquity is constantly fucking getting worse. You know, a lot of these Jays got this Mo mentality and this Dolo spirit, you know, this women of Babylon mindset, you know. So a lot of people is about to go mourning. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. Because it's going to get that bad. Here it is, they're already talking about another lockdown. Here it is, they're already talking about another demic. Here it is, they're already talking about an economical collapse. Here it is, you got people losing their homes. The eviction rate amongst you Jakes is growing, especially among you women who have actually had this I don't need a man spirit. You know, this feminist mindset that puts you at a disadvantage because you don't have a hedge about you. A lot of you women who have actually turned away men that was willing to protect them no longer have that hedge about them. So on that day, all hands shall be feeble. And when I say all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. You know, it's going to get so bad that you're going to actually hear your knees knocking together. You know, the scriptures say that even a mighty man shall cry bitterly. You know, and even in that time, a lot of you Jakes are going to call upon a deity that's not going to be able to help you. You're going to call upon your God other than Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But the elect is going to call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai because he's our refuge. He's our fortress. You know, the scriptures say the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it. You know. So if the righteous is running into the fortress of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the wicked have no idea. Scriptures also say that don't worry about how the wicked shall perish. Concentrate on how the righteous might be saved. And that's all a part of preparing yourself to the battle. Because you're going to see a lot of judgment go out. And that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is going to help the righteous or the elect or the hopeful elect understand that judgment is going out. You may see 1,000 men on your left perish and 10,000 on your right perish, but nothing happened to you. Thank Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that you were able to overcome that. All hands shall be feeble and all knees shall be weak as water. The mighty men are going to cry bitterly because they haven't had to face, the things that the men of old had to face. They haven't had to deal with the pestilence, the diseases, kids dying, women dying, men dropping dead right before their eyes. Just recently, a bunch of people were being mauled over by vehicles, and the mindset of a lot of people has been, into their cell phones and drinking and not paying attention into their environment. They haven't been circumspect. They walk around this place as if nothing can happen to them. That's a foolish person because they have no idea of the time that they're in. The Lord said that the days are evil. And the days have been evil. But Jake has become more comfortable being in wickedness that he or she don't even pay attention to what's going on. So here it is, this female, it looked like a Jake, I don't know, was on her phone, and got mauled over. And again, if these women out here don't pay attention to that example that was given, they're gonna fall right into that. Because now her ass was mauled over. Her ass was run down as a mire in the street, doing a split. The wicked don't understand the judgments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So meanwhile, a fucking memorial might go up for her ass because these people don't understand the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They don't understand that there are spirits out here created for vengeance. And those spirits jump on people to do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua because they're ready to do it. And they will not slack. They will not do what the Lord want them to do. And then this is what these people don't understand. The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. To what end is it for you? Because it's going to get so bad out here. A lot of people are going to be praying, oh Lord, help me, come quick, deliver me out of this. Okay, but what end is it for you? Because you're praying to a name that is not the true Lord's name. And if you do pray into the Lord's name, what have you done to feed the flock? What fruits have you brought forth? Where's your works? So what end is it for you? That's why the elect fears Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. A wise man will fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai and do what they're told. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is darkness and not light. It's going to get very dark because it's going to get very evil. As if a man did flee from a lion. Here it is. It's going to get so dark that and so evil that you're not going to have no sense of direction. You know, you're not going to have no spiritual guidance in that day, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to remove his prophets off of the highways and byways. He's going to shut up, the mouths of his prophets. And so that light is going to be hid from you 2/3. Because it's going to get that bad. Whereas the prophets are going to be sought after. And we're going to be made dumb. And because in that day, there won't be no reproving. It's just going to be moving. So as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. So here it is. You could be running for your dear life and think that you got away and enter into an establishment where something else is waiting for you. You could be running down a block away from a bunch of niggas that want whatever it is that you got, and run into a fucking building with a bunch of cannibals. Then what are you gonna do? Or even better yet, you can run into a building where your enemies lie in wait. Then what are you gonna do? As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on a wall and a serpent bit him. So there's going to be nowhere that you can run and nowhere that you can hide in that day. Because you haven't made yourself ready to the battle. You haven't prepared yourself in the spirit. You haven't sought after Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because you thought that you could actually do it by your own steam. You scoffed at it. You shunned it. You pulled away your shoulder, like, yeah, whatever, though. You've been saying that for years. Noah's been out there prophesying for 120 years. And then when the flood came, and Noah went into the ark, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai sealed the door, and it started raining, then you wicked niggas wanted, to repent. I'm not even sure if a lot of you wanted to repent. A lot of you started running into the ark trying to get in, but it was too late. You wanted, to learn that sweet song, but it was too late. The band packed up and moved on. The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 2. Shall not the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? It's going to be very dark. There's not going to be no light at the end of the tunnel of you wicked jakes. Absolutely no hope for you whatsoever. Why? Because when the doors of mercy was opened unto you, you repented not. When the names of Yahweh Yahushai was given unto you, you've done something, to cause you not to get it. You could have been at a camp, you could have been listening, and the devil might have walked up and did some shit to cause you to turn away and look away and walk away. And not get the whole message. And it's going to get bad. It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad. And all of this is to bring about prophecies. All of these things are meant to bring about the MOTB. This place has got to fall in order for this devil to try to bring about his new evolution in the world. You know, and that's the world of ones and zeros, this digital outlook on life, the Internet of Things. So the MOTB is what this devil wants to push. He wants to push a one world government. He wants to push a one world about him. But even that's not going to come to pass, because while this devil's eating, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is constantly throwing in monkey wrenches to fuck his shit up, because he had not considered those two variables. He has not considered Yahweh Shai, because he's actually thought that the Lord was altogether with him. The same way you Jakes actually think that this Babylonian deity is going to be altogether with you, not knowing that it's just wood and stone. Those things don't live. They aren't living, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the true and living power. So the way that you're being confounded is the same way this devil is going to be confounded, because he shall not fulfill his enterprise. And neither will you escape these things that are coming your way. At least you repent. The book of Zephaniah, I close out on this. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 12. And it shall come to pass, at that time I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is constantly sifting, and that's, that's the big thing that's being said right now. The sifting process is a continuous thing. The sifting process is happening even when it's not even being said. Men are constantly being examined. But you should be constantly examining yourself. You should be making sure that your uniform is creased. Your shoes are polished. Your garment pressed. Your sword sharpened. And when I mean your sword, I'm talking about your scriptures. Your sword sharpened. Make your calling and election sure. If a decree goes out, follow that decree to the best of your ability. Because we're living in the times where now isn't the time to be playing. Now isn't the time to be chilling and laying back. Because there is a heavy spirit out there that's causing men, to, deal with things that they typically would not want to. There's a spirit out there that's causing men, not to put up their videos, that's causing men not to study as often, and causing men, not to be brotherly, and causing men, to do whatever it is that the Spirit requires them to do. And when it gets to that point, pray. Pray always that you may be found worthy to escape. You shouldn't be leaving your house unless you throw up prayers. You should be throwing up prayers for yourself, for the brothers, for Yahweh Shem Yahushua first and foremost, but you should be throwing up prayers. You shouldn't be getting comfortable at a time where you should not be comfortable. So you shouldn't be settled on your lees. That's saying their heart, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, will not do good nor evil. You know, that's the mindset of the wicked. That's the mindset of, the wicked jakes. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai ain't going to do nothing today. He ain't going to do good or evil. I'm good. Nah, that's the wrong mindset. You should have a healthy fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because a healthy fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, going back to Ezekiel 7:14, even to make all ready. So if you have a healthy fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're going to be ready. And if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Anyhow, I'd like to close out on that. So I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Shalom.